I wanted to grow citrus in my garden for a really long time, but I didn't think it was possible for me in my small shady garden until I decided to just go for it with these three strategies. So today I'm going to show you what they were so that you can grow citrus too. And then I'm going to show you something I did accidentally that is now something I do every time. Number one, buy a dwarf variety of the citrus you want to grow. This is a bear's lime. It's also called Persian lime and Tahitian lime. And the tree itself is actually a normal size variety, but it is grafted onto dwarf rootstock. So this is the graft. Everything above the graft is a normal size. Everything below the graft is dwarf rootstock. So the combination of the two keeps the tree on the smaller side. The same in my front yard. I bought a dwarf Meyer lemon. Exactly the same thing. I get tons of lemons. They are regular size. The tree stays on the smaller side because it's on dwarf rootstock. Number two, I decided to put it in a really big pot. When I bought this tree, the trunk was the size of my thumb and it was in a 3-gallon nursery pot. I've had it in this pot, I think 12, maybe 13 years. So I decided to put it in a really big pot, boost up the soil, and plan to leave it there for a very long time. I put my normal garden mix, which is organic garden soil that I have delivered or buy in a bag. I always add a little bit of chicken manure, and to that I always add a little of my native soil from my own yard. But in this case, because it's citrus and because I knew that drainage can be a challenge, I added perlite. If you're not familiar with perlite, it's basically expanded volcanic rock, and it just helps boost the drainage that much more. So I've seen citrus grown successfully in metal containers, terracotta, wood, plastic. I personally like metal because I can paint it, and I didn't worry about the weight of it because I wasn't planning on moving it. So number two, choose a really big pot, fill it with great soil. Number three, prune very specifically. I take off anything that grows forward or anything that grows straight back because this is a tight spot. I'm growing the branches on a single plane. Again, I remove anything that grows forward or anything that grows back. That way I can keep it in a narrow spot. It's not going to come out into the walkway. I get just as many fruiting branches, and it's easier to manage. I also take off anything that grows above the crown. I've decided already the maximum height that I want. Anytime it sends up one of those shoots that goes straight up to the sky, I prune that off at the crown level. So again, number three, prune in a very specific way. Take off anything that comes straight forward and anything that goes straight back. Keep the branches on a single plane. Lastly, this is something that I did by mistake, and now it's turned into a regular thing I do every season. The first couple years that we got limes, there were too many for our family to use. It's just a very heavy producer. So I would use what I wanted and I would just leave the rest on the tree. I did not realize that they were going to turn yellow and ripen. I always thought limes started out green and stayed green. I never knew that they were going to turn ripe, turn yellow. So my original mistake of leaving them on the tree because I couldn't use them fast enough turned out to be a game changer. They just become sweeter and juicier. Same for the lemons. If you're going to grow lemons, what you want to look for is the Meyer lemon. The ones in the grocery store are usually Eureka lemons or Lisbon lemons, but the Meyer lemon has a much more mellow flavor and you'll get a lot of juice out of it. I really hope that, like me, you're going to decide to just jump in and go for it and try growing citrus yourself, no matter how small your garden is. The difference in flavor between homegrown citrus and store-bought citrus. If you think about how different a tomato tastes in the grocery store versus the one you pick in your backyard, you'll understand why I'm so excited to grow my own citrus, and I hope that you will too. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next time.